But I'm doing fine. Things are fine. Still doing yard work and things, so I'm all right. As Jake said, I should keep going until I find the right doctor and be the right decision. So
that's right.
I'm going to work on that. John chapter 21, verses 15 through 25. John chapter 21, verses 15 through 25. You get your Bible, will you stand with me, please, for the reading from God's holy word. John 21, beginning verse 15 and reading through verse 25. So, when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said to him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said to him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. And Jesus said unto him, Feed my sheep. Verily, verily, I say unto you, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hand, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, Follow me. Then Peter, turning about, seeth the disciple whom Jesus loved following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? Peter, seeing him, said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do? Jesus said unto him, If I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. Then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that disciple should not die. Yet Jesus said not unto him, He shall not die, but if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? This is the disciples testified of these things, and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. And there are also many other things which Jesus did, that which, if they should be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Amen. And you may be seated. All right. Do you love me? All right. Down through the ages, has that question ever been asked over and over and over again? Young men, when they have someone that they think is going to be their future bride, and they're courting pretty heavy, and they'll want, do you love me? Do you really love me? And they always get those responses, yes, I love you, and oh, yes, I love you so much. And then the guy sometimes might be reluctant to say, I love you, but many times there are those that say, I love you more than anything in the world. I love you so much that if I had to swim the widest river, I'd swim it just to see you. And they go on and on about all the things they would do. Remember when Jesus spoke to his disciples concerning the fact that he would be denied by them, that they would flee from him, Simon Peter spoke up quite openly, though all others should betray thee or leave thee, I will not. Oh my. What a great message for Simon Peter to give to Jesus. You can count on me. He's telling Jesus, I love you so much that even if everybody else, if all of these would leave you, I will not. All right, Peter, you've made your statement. You've spoken your words. And I go back to the passage that I just read for you in verse 15. Jesus, after they had died, he spoke to Simon Peter, and he said, Simon, lovest thou me more than these? Do you love me more than these? Peter's answered, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. He said unto him, feed my lambs. We go back to Matthew chapter 26, verses 69 through 70. Peter was outside the palace, and a damsel came to him saying, you was with Jesus of Galilee. But Peter denied before them all, saying, I don't know what you're talking about. The words he said, I know not what thou sayest. In other words, he's telling the one that asked him the question, well, I really don't understand what you're talking about because I'm not even a part of what's going on. Don't put me in that crowd. We read verse 21, chapter 1, verse 16. The second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And he said, yea, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus says, then feed my sheep. We'll go back to Matthew chapter 26, verses 71 and 72. And when he was going out into the porch, another maid saw him and said unto them that were there, this fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth. But this time, Peter wants to emphasize, I'm not a part of that group, and he says, and he denied him with an oath, I do not know the man. Now this time he's not saying, I don't know what you're talking about, but with an oath he's saying to this maid, I do not know the man. I swear to you, or I give you an affirmation, I don't know him. Now this is the man that had said earlier, even if everyone else leaves you, I won't. If everyone else denies you, I won't. This is that same man. But let's go back. Verse 17. Jesus speaking, he says unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, he says, because he said unto me the third time, lovest thou me, or do you love me? He said, Lord, thou knowest all things. He says, Lord, you know everything about me, and you know that I love you. And Jesus says, feed my sheep. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 26, verses 73 and 74. And after a while there came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, surely thou art one of them, for thy speech betrayeth thee. Now, the first time he was accused of being a part of that group, he said, I don't know what you're talking about. The second time, when he was accused of being with Jesus, it says he used an oath and said, I do not know the man. But look what he does the third time. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. Each time that Peter was asked, aren't you one of them? Aren't you with Jesus? Aren't you with that group that followed him? He, first of all, finds it very easy to say, I don't know what you're talking about. But then with an oath he said, I do not know the man. And then the third time it says that he began to swear and to curse. And say, I do not know that man. This is the man that told Jesus, even if everyone else denies you, even if everyone else leaves you, I will not. Jesus, I love you. Jesus, you're my master. Here, this same Peter that had spoken those words so boldly to say, I will never deny you, is the same one that tries to get out of it by saying, I don't know what you're talking about. And he uses an oath to say, I don't know the man. And then he begins to curse and to swear, saying, I do not know the man. What kind of love did Jesus show when things got really tough? When the apostles fled at Jesus' arrest, we find that only two were there to be able to witness or to hear of what was going on at the trial. But Peter is singled out by the maids that were there. Yes, because of his great witness in saying, I will never deny you, I will never leave you. Those questions come so bluntly to him. Aren't you one of his? And his denial is just as strong as his statement of belief had been. His denial was just as strong as his statement of saying, I will not leave you had been. Then it says, and Peter remembered the words of Jesus, which said, before the cock crows, you shall deny me thrice or 3 times. Jesus did know Peter. He saw in Peter great leadership, a great witness, a great apostle. He chose him. He prayed for him that the attacks of the devil would be turned away, and that Peter, once converted, would be able to go to a world that was dead and be able to bring to them the truth of the gospel.